Hey, what's up, Master Mura? It's been 5 days since your last video. Where have you been? If you got nothing, then make a video about the best and the worst moves in Street Fighter 6. People love that. Broski already did that. Well then, make a tier list. Everyone already done him. Also, Broski just did that. Cheaters, been done to the death. I got it. I got a brilliant idea. Modern controls. Also been done. Yeah, and because it's done so much, no one will see us doing it once more. So recently I made a video about Chun-Li, why she is such a popular character but one that never really had a high pick rate, and during that video and during my investigation, one thing I noticed is that Chun-Li's OD spinning bird kick is exactly the same move as M. Bison's OD scissors, and when you really think about it, both of these moves do exactly 800 damage. Both of these moves can only be comboed out of a medium or a heavy attack naturally. Both of these moves give you a limited juggle state after, and you can enhance the juggle by going into a drive rush normal and then following up with the juggle. The main difference between these two moves is the fact that OD Bird Kick is a charge move and OD Scissors or Knee Press is not. And while with some proficiency with charge techniques, you can still get some pretty hard combos with the OD Bird Kick, like standing jab, crouching medium kick, OD Bird Kick, which is a lot harder to do than Bison doing something similar. It's still possible. However, there are some things you simply can't do due to being limited by the charge input. Why did Capcom decided to go this route? Obviously, it does make Chun-Li a lot harder, and yes, this is another Chun-Li versus Bison. Cue the match card footage because I screwed this one up in the last video and I'm not doing it again. That actually really annoyed me. So today we're gonna do some investigation on Capcom choice to turn some of these moves, some of the traditional charge move into commands, and how this may impact the game. And to assist me with this once more, we got Officer Manon. I think she's turning into a bad cop. That's probably too much for YouTube, but it's time to investigate. Upon investigation this issue, one thing that keep coming up is modern controls. And the idea is Capcom don't want characters to have overlapping inputs with modern controls. They don't want Bison to have a charge back, forward and punch, which results in a Psycho Crusher, along with what traditionally was the input for scissors kick, charge back, and then forward and kick. They don't want the overlapping inputs. Objection! However, another point of argument someone can bring up is that there are characters that got overlapping inputs. For example, we got the masterpiece Ken Masters, and Ken Master does have a multiple overlapping inputs. Fireball forward and punch gives you Hadouken, forward and kick gives you genre, and the same with Dragon Lash and uppercut, and he can function just fine with modern controls. Quarter circle forward, light, medium or heavy give you genre, the special shortcut button give you fireball, and the same with the Dragon Lash and uppercut. You do get one version only of Dragon Lash and Hadouken, but that is fine. However, there is a really big caveat with this one, and that is the fact that even on modern controls, charge characters still do require charge. If you want to do the Chun-Li Kikoken with a modern control, you hold backward and then you press the special button. You don't have to commit to the forward, but you need to charge. If Capcom did this with Bison, this would mean that they kind of have to play around with the controls. Capcom can do with Bison what they did with Ken. With Ken, you press back and special, you get Dragon Lash. With Bison they can't do that because he still need to charge, but if he's charging backwards, he only got access to Psycho Crusher. They can't put his knee press into like down and special because he will still need charge to execute it. Otherwise what will happen is he will have like a charge down in modern and like a charge backwards in classic, which wouldn't really make much sense. I feel like there have to be like a better way for Capcom to do it, but that's actually the case. And when you actually take a look into this, in Bison Scissors, is not the first move to get changed just because of modern control. Another character who's very prominent is DJ. DJ double Sobat that was always a charge move in the classic Street Fighter games. His machine gun upper was also a flash kick charge. Both of these moves got turned into a command input because of modern controls. Well, allegedly. Another example is Blanca's Rainbow Ball. This also was a charge backward, but since he already got the Blanca Ball with charge back and punch, they made it a command input as well. If you've been liking the video so far and you wanna keep with us our investigation, please consider subscribing. It would help the channel so much. It would make Officer Manon happy. This woman is struggling. She's one of the weakest characters in the game. We need to get her spirits up a bit. Now I will say that when it comes to changing DJ and M. Bison specifically, these changes were huge because it allows these characters to use these moves in ways that they weren't able to previously. For example, M. Bison and DJ, both of them are able to drive rush and then bait your drive rush kick and punish it because of the changes to their new specials, the Saw Bat and Scissors now being command, something they would never had access to if these moves were a charge move, and the change also allows them to play much more aggressively, way more than they were able to in the previous games. At least DJ, because M. Bison was kind of a savage in Street Fighter V. His blast frames were never ending. Another type of moves that probably got completely changed in Street Fighter 6 because of modern controls is the mash moves. I'm talking moves like Blanca's Electricity and Honda's 100 Hand, and in some games, Chun-Li's Lightning Legs. These moves used to be extremely strong in previous Street Fighter games because typically they were blast on block, giving these characters really good ability to ship at you and be really annoying. But the issue is, to do these moves you have to press punch or kick depending on the move 4 or 5 times depending on the game. The issue is, if Capcom implemented this in Street Fighter 6, modern control users will be able to get them with a shortcut. You just press the special button, you get the Blanca Electricity or Honda Hands. The issue with this is that it fundamentally breaks these moves. These moves are designed so that you can't do it fast enough. You have to whiff a move first, then you would get the special to come out. You can't really do them on command, they're more like for special cancels, and having modern be able to do it right away while classic having to use it in special cancels will make the characters completely unbalanced when it comes to modern versus classic. So I imagine that's why Capcom went with changing them into a fireball motion or a Tatsu motion, getting rid completely of the piano input, which maybe you think that's good or bad, I will leave that to you, but it certainly took away a lot of the uniqueness of these moves. They were really powerful, but had a kind of a high execution requirement. And when it comes to the number one Shunner, her case is actually kinda weird, right? Because in this game, Capcom decided to bring back her Tenshu Kick as a special move, right? And this move had a history of actually being a charge move. If you check out Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and I do think Street Fighter Alpha 2 as well, this move was a charge move. It was a flash kick, you charge down, you press up and kick, and you get the Tenshu Kick, while spinning bird kick was a charge back move. You hold back and then you press forward and kick, and you get spinning bird kick. Now in the more recent games like Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5, spinning bird kick was made into a charge down, and I feel like this is the main reason that Capcom kept it this way. They probably wanted one of them to be a charge down but didn't know which one to decide on, because also modern controls would be to blame. If spinning bird kick was a charge backward move, it would overlap with Kikoken, her fireball, but if it was a charge down, it would overlap with Tenshu Kick, and this is probably why Tenshu Kick got that down input, that damned down input that made every shunner hate their life. It's so hard as an anti-air on command. This input is the worst. I don't know why. Oh my, I feel like I'm gonna go into like a mini rant, but this input truly makes Chun-Li way harder to play than she needs to be. And this generally just brings us to the end of the discussion, right? Are the characters in Street Fighter 6 ultimately changed because Capcom wanna make them more offensive? or were they changed simply because of modern controls? And I doubt many purists would like, oh, I don't want to play DJ and I don't want to play, but I never heard like a Bison or a DJ player want these moves to go back to being charged. Maybe some of the charge characters purists are not so happy about it, but it seems like that's the game. And just that the idea of the characters being changed on how they function on a fundamental level due to the restrictions of modern controls, that seems a bit weird, and it makes me wonder like what Capcom will do. Like if they decided to bring back Cody, for example, will Cody still have Zonk, or are they gonna change it to like a quarter circle move now? I don't know, because kind of like, because you have to consider that electricity or like mashing move was also changed to a fireball motion, so kind of making the characters losing some of their uniqueness. But I don't know, like for me personally, as someone that never played DJ or Bison, now it got me to try them and enjoy them, so some good, some bad, but I will leave that conclusion to you. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment, it actually helps the channel so much. I will be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching and stay safe.